Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bluebird and Bee Tarot. I am Melanie, and I am so happy that you are here today so we can take a look at what are your person's honest thoughts and feelings toward you. I want to start out actually by thanking everyone who left really heartfelt comments in the comments section of the last video, which was about what fresh start is coming your way, and where I told everyone that my dog Pepper had passed away. She used to make little appearances on the channel from time to time. And so, funnily enough, a few days after that video posted, I was at Walmart and these two little stray puppies were darting into traffic. No collar, no tags, no nothing. Little puppies. One of them's maybe 6 months old, one of them's maybe 3. So long story short, I am now fostering 2 puppies, and kind of a joint project with my mom and my cousin, looking for adopters or a rescue, or just trying to get them placed somewhere. I'm not really in a position to take care of them long term, but that has been a really funny, exhausting, amazing distraction. So yeah, I just wanted to give that update, first of all, because they are very busy boys and they might be making their own appearances on this video, but also because I just thought that that was such a beautiful synchronicity that just a couple days after that Fresh Starts video posted, I got a fresh start of a brand new project that is happening in my life. But back to the topic of this reading, their honest thoughts and feelings about you. So we have 3 decks to choose from. I chose a representative card from each deck. This time I usually choose one card that kind of ties into the theme of the reading, and then you can compare them, but I did it by dealing out a card this time. So I don't actually remember what they are. Hello, ADHD. But I do remember that they all came out major arcana, which I thought was kind of a fun little synchronicity. So pile 1, we have the Tarot of the Divine, and the card is the World. So that is pile 1. Pile 2, we have the Super Lunaris Tarot, and the card is the Empress. And then pile 3, we have the Decolonized Tarot, and the card is the Sun. Okay, so I'm going to give you a moment to, I actually just noticed only when I saw them all next to each other that they all have this really strong yellow color scheme. That's kind of cool. Wow, I love that. That's really beautiful. My grandmother, who is a big part of my spirit team, and the Bluebird part of Bluebird and Bee is named after her. She loved those little glass Bluebirds of Happiness. She loved yellow. Yellow was her favorite color. So I love that. That's always like a little nod from her when I see that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a moment to choose your pile. If the time allotted on the video is not enough, you can definitely pause until you feel drawn to one of the piles. You can absolutely be drawn to more than one pile. More than one pile could have messages for you. And the timestamps are down below. I will meet you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the Tarot of the Divine, then you have arrived at your reading. So let's take a look. Your person's true thoughts and feelings about you. Spirit, tap me into pile 1's person. What are their honest, true thoughts and feelings toward pile 1? Okay, we've got attention. Oh, power. Okay. compassion. Okay. So one of the things I think is going on here is we'll get into what their thoughts and feelings are, but the first thing is they are strong, like verging on obsession strong. Yeah, they might even try to turn their attention to something else to distract themselves, but it's a lost cause. It's absolutely a lost cause. Yeah, I'm noticing the similarity between kind of the curly Q twisted way that the branches are presenting themselves on this twisted card, and then the very like almost like worm like twisting way that the like lightning bolts of power are coming out on this power card. And that is making me think that this has not been the most straightforward experience, honestly, for either of you. That it has, the path has not been one where you could see very far ahead, because there was always a bend in the road and you can't see what's past that bend. So this has been a situation where you have had to proceed on faith, and they have had to proceed on faith. And I feel like that's been so frustrating at times. And in fact, I think for each of you, there have been times when you have considered throwing in the towel. Yeah, there could be. I think this is a group where there's a higher percentage than in other groups, where this is not necessarily a connection that has not come into union yet, but it's a connection that like is in and out of union, and maybe even over the course of years. Okay, that's one of the little baby puppies banging his head on the bottom of the table. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is giving me very strong, I just can't quit you vibes. That, yeah, this person has tried. They've tried to turn their attention elsewhere. Yeah, they've probably even tried to make it work with other people. It just doesn't. You are the standard. You are the person that everyone else gets compared to. In fact, their other partners might get sick of hearing about you, pile one. So-and-so wouldn't, pile one wouldn't do it like this. Well, I'm not pile one. Yeah, I feel like this is a pile where there's a lot of frustration between you, I feel. Yeah, it would be challenging to get a true fresh start here. Nothing's impossible. All possibilities exist, but that's a major challenge that both of you are up against, is not erasing the past. We never erase the past. It makes us who we are, but setting the past aside and focusing on the future and healing. At the same time, you're healing from the past, though. I think that's a misconception about fresh starts, that you have to just wipe the past from your mind and pretend that it doesn't exist. That's impossible. It's an impossible task. With this compassion, I think that really is Spirit saying what is necessary here, is that you have to have compassion for yourselves, compassion for one another. You have to heal from the past. You can't stay in the patterns of the past. That's the kind of fresh start that is necessary here. And they want that, pile one. They want it so badly. Honestly, they want it whether they want it or not. They can't help but want it. It's part of them now. And I do think that there have been times in your connection where the two of you have been not great for each other, honestly. I think it's, yeah, with this power, with these lightning bolts really looking like electricity, I think that this has been, a double-edged sword, that electricity can power you, like how electricity can be so useful, and electricity can, power lights, power appliances, power heat, and things that we need for survival. But electricity can also kill you in an instant. It is also incendiary. It can start fires. So I think this is one of those connections that just if your energies within yourselves, like your spiritual energies, are just the slightest bit in disalignment, yeah, this connection can just explode, and not in a good way. But if you are both in alignment with yourselves, with spirit, with each other, then it can explode in a very good way. Yeah, I think this is just... So I think that their thoughts and feelings, first and foremost, are they want you, but they don't want the pain. They want you, but they're afraid to act on it because you have burned one another in the past. And they're afraid of that happening again. And honestly, that could actually be a very, prescient insight. I think that this is a connection where the two of you have to be, I don't want to say careful. I don't think the two of you would ever actually hurt each other, physically hurt each other. I certainly hope not. But yeah, this is a connection where if you want things to progress smoothly, you've got to be consistently checking in, not just with each other, but also with yourselves spiritually, because this is primarily a connection that was meant to drive you both into spiritual alignment. And if you divert from that, either one of you, then it's gonna create a ripple effect within the connection. But with compassion, I think that's another answer, because no one can stay perfectly spiritually pure and in alignment all the time. So when things do, start to, maybe get challenging, you can provide one another a buffer of grace. You can extend grace and compassion to one another. Oh, holding the deck upside down. Yeah, Six of Cups. I mean, yeah, that's a twin flame marker. This sounds very twin flamey. Would not surprise me if this was a twin flame connection. Yeah, so this person is trying to resist your power right now, pile one. Whether they will ultimately be able to is, remains to be seen, basically. But you are magical to them. You affect them like no one else. They are really powerless under your spell. But they are so afraid of the way that spell has hurt them in the past. And I think you have been damaged by this connection as well. Yeah, I would say this is a tough message to say and a tough message to hear. But honestly, I think it would be prudent and wise for them to focus on their own spiritual growth before they approach you. And I think that would be something that would be very effective for you to do as well. And that is a way to actually draw in their energy spiritually, is to focus on spiritual growth and connection. I recognize that in a romantic reading, that is sort of the boring spiritual answer, but this is a highly spiritual connection. This is not going to be something that's going to be solved by, sending the right text message or the right DM or, or even having the right vulnerable, honest talk at this point. Because the things that are pulling you together and the things that are driving you apart are all spiritual in nature. So the spirituality of this connection and the spirituality of each of you individually needs to evolve before you can come into union. But back to the central question here, what are their thoughts and feelings toward you? They're obsessed. They are 100% obsessed, but they are also afraid of the pain that this connection can cause. Okay, so that was, I apologize if that, was kind of a bummer of a reading. I actually think there are good things there as well. I think there is a path toward union, and it's always nice to hear that someone is obsessed with you. So, that's pretty good as well. But, so that is what I have for you. It's so awkward to me to end a reading on sort of a bummer note. I hate to do it. I'm so sorry, pile one, but I also feel like I have to be honest. So I want to wrap up by saying that I am so proud of you. You matter, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. And I would love it if you would like, subscribe, comment below. It really helps the channel to grow, and I appreciate it so much. If you want to connect with me for a personal reading, we can get into your situation specifically. Details are in the description. But like I said, pile one, I am so proud of you, and you are enough. Okay, bye, pile one. Hello, pile two. If you chose the Superlunaris Tarot, then you have arrived at your reading. So let's take a look. Let's see what your person's true thoughts and feelings are for you. Okay, we've got holding back. Yeah, so definitely we'll get into what exactly the thoughts and feelings are, but we absolutely know that it's more than they are letting on. Because of anxiety, making all the sense in the world. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. Okay, so I think that this person is struggling with what they can bring to the table for you, pile two, that you cannot provide for yourself. Like, I think they look at you as this thriving, just amazing person out there in the world, crushing your dreams, having the best time. Just you seem so amazingly self-contained and sort of self-powering and self-sustaining to them. So yeah, I feel like they are worried that you won't see the need for them if they make their feelings known to you. And this is interesting because truthfully, the healthiest scenario for us to get together with someone else is when both people want the other person but don't need them. So this is actually ideal, but it's making them nervous because, so this is their own self-concept stuff. This is their own kind of low self-concept because, if they were confident, first of all, the idea of a rejection would not be as devastating to them as it certainly is. But secondly, they would be like, of course, maybe for whatever reason, pile two won't want to pursue a relationship right now, but that's honestly no reflection on me. It could be timing. It could be anything, but that's not what they feel. They are like, why would pile two want me. They have the best life right now. What am I going to add to it? So that's something they need to work out on their own. That's something they need to really do some soul searching and some building up of themselves. But that's why they're holding back. And that's the root of where the anxiety comes from. As far as what their honest thoughts and feelings are toward you, they're starstruck. Yeah, they think you're so amazing. Holy cow. I mean, they're correct. So it's not like it's completely out of left field, but yeah, they are. Yeah, they absolutely think that you are the greatest thing since sliced bread, pile 2. Ooh, with the Hierophant. So I feel like that is, they want to, yeah, I feel like definitely they dream about commitment with you, but in the meantime, I feel like they're trying to get themselves into a scenario where, yeah, so either get a job where they would be able to spend more time with you, or start, volunteering for an organization where they would be around you all the time. I feel like they're trying to work an in. And yeah, so joining a club or just something where the two of you would more naturally spend time together. I feel like this is a person who, yeah, and maybe this is reality. This might not be low self-concept. This could be their honest assessment of themselves, that they are maybe not the flashiest, most charming personality, but there's good stuff there if you get to know them. It's deeper. And so, yeah, I think that's their strategy, is to sort of naturally get to know you better. Yeah, so they can be revealed in your eyes as the Emperor. Absolutely. And I think that you could see them in some situations where they are more in their natural element, where they can show leadership capabilities, where they can take charge. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a deeper person versus a surface person, meaning this person probably would not be noticeable at all at a cocktail party, but put them in some kind of emergency situation and they'll crush it. They'll be, leading the charge within 5 minutes. Yeah, they are scheming. Holy cow. Yeah, they've got a plan. I think also, yeah, they might not be very facile with expressing, okay, come on, Melanie, expressing emotions with words. That shouldn't be a tongue twister, but apparently it was. So yeah, I think that they're pretty eloquent when it comes to expressing ideas, but emotions, a little tougher. So that's why they're having to work a plan. They are trying to work out situations where you will see them in their element. Yeah, and so I think that they might have some skill set that they want you to see them doing that skill. So maybe they're a really good cook, or maybe they play an instrument or something like that. Yeah, this is smart, actually. This is very smart. So as far as what their honest thoughts and feelings about you are, they think that you are the greatest thing. They envision a future with you, but they're not going to come out with some grand speech where they tell you all their feelings. They are going to strategize a scenario where your feelings will grow organically. And if that happens, then the two of you will move forward together. And that probably is a plan that plays more to their strengths, to be honest. So yeah, I wouldn't expect a confession of feelings from this person anytime soon. I mean, unless you are quite far along this path already. But they've got plans. They do have plans, and they're an action person, not a words person necessarily. But that is how they feel. All right, pile 2, that is what I have for you. So if you would like, comment, if you liked this reading, if you wanted to see more, that really helps the channel grow. I appreciate it more than you can even know. But in the meantime, I want to let you know that I am proud of you. You matter, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, thanks, pile 2. Oh, and if you wanted to have a personal reading, the instructions are in the description. I continue to be the worst salesman of my own services of all time. But yeah, if you wanted a private reading, the instructions are in the description. Okay, bye, pile 2. Hello, pile 3. So if you chose the Decolonized Tarot, you have arrived at your reading. I will say this has been the most difficult reading to film so far. There have been a few false starts because the puppy's getting, rowdy and wild. They're down for a nap now. But that could be a situation that is actually applicable to your situation. This could be a connection that has had a couple of false starts. Maybe there are other caretaking responsibilities that have had to take precedence. Your person might have an ill family member. They might have, child dependents who require their attention. Yeah, there could be, just things that they, like other people who are depending on them is what I'm trying to get at, that need their attention. And so this connection getting started in earnest has been something that has had to be on the back burner. And yeah, I feel like that wouldn't be their preference, but I think they don't see how they have a choice if that scenario applies to you. Okay, go within. Endurance. Oh, I'm really noticing the interplay of these really bold blue colors there. So yeah, that's watery. Emotion color. That's connection with the 5D color. Yeah, and honestly, if you think about go within, meaning like their deepest values, and then endurance, meaning something that you have to kind of stick it out for a long time, that really fits what I was talking about with this reading, the start of this reading getting interrupted so many times because of the little guys. Yeah, that if you want to see this connection through, you're going to have to endure these false starts because of their value system. And yeah, that's a catch-22, because as much as you hate the false starts, I think their value system is one of the things that you care most for about them, that attracts you the most about them. Okay, and knowledge. Oh, so this also could be something about school, like, yeah, that they have, that there are, okay, come on, Melanie, talking, big part of the job. So if this is about their children, they may have some financial obligations when it comes to their schooling. This could be about their own schooling, that they really need to focus on school, but there is, it's about more than just finishing school. It's actually about, yeah, making people proud who are depending on them to finish. Yeah, I'm noticing, I would expect there to be a lot of blue in this final card here because it's a mermaid deck. So there's going to be a lot of ocean colors, but I'm noticing that this book, the cover of the book, is also blue, and that's definitely not a given. So yeah, there's a really strong blue component running through here. And so one of the people in the connection might have blue eyes. I'm just noticing that these eyes are outlined in blue here. And then she has glasses on, which is also drawing my attention to eyes. Yeah, with endurance, also I'm noticing it's all these hands holding up this village. So I feel like this person has an obligation to their village that they feel like they are in some way holding up a standard, or, you know, actually holding someone else up financially or with labor. Yeah, this is about timing. They do want to be with you. I can feel the sadness that they can't pursue it right now. I mean, that's really how they frame it in their mind. They can't. Because of their value system and how strong it is, they don't feel like they have much choice in the matter. Yeah, this is strong for them, but they want to... I think in addition to like a truly committed relationship with you as well, what they really long for is just having a good time together, just laughing, just having fun, doing fun things together. I think they look at the energy that you share as one of the places where they escape from stresses. I think they look at it as a respite. I think that you guys might share text messages or DMs that are funny, like whatever funny is to the two of you, whether that's witty banter or whether that's sending funny videos and memes, or whether it's telling each other funny stories about things that are happening in your lives. But I just think that they love to laugh, and they laugh with you. And it's so healing to their soul. I mean, you're really giving them something, pile 3, that they need right now. And they want more of it. They absolutely want more. But I think I think that might also be a meaning of this knowledge card, is that they look at this difficult period as a test of their strength of will, a test of their commitment both to you and to their values, and how they balance those two things. I think sometimes they feel like they're failing the test, but I don't think that's reflective of reality. I think they're absolutely doing their best. It might not be perfect. I mean, who among us? You know what I mean? Like, who am I to judge? I don't know if I've ever done anything perfectly. But yeah, they are trying. They are absolutely trying to balance it. Yeah, King of Pentacles, I think this is about education or money, and education for the purpose of money, most likely, if it is about education in your instance. Yeah, the King of Pentacles also, you know, out of all the kings, I would say the King of Pentacles subjects depend on him the most, because he's such a good, paternal, caretaking, dependable, trustworthy father figure. He protects them. And I think that's who this person is. You know, whether they're male or female, it's presented as a king here, but that's energy, not gender. But I think there are so many people that depend on this person. And I just think it's not in their character to let all those people down. Wow, I'm going to get choked up. To pursue something that makes them happy and them fulfilled. And the easy answer is to say, well, you can't live your life for others. You also have to find your own fulfillment and your own soul's happiness. But that's a lot easier than looking like your terminally ill relative in the eye and being like, I can't take care of you anymore because I am in love. I mean, it's not that, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if it's that dramatic, but it's not always so simple in real life. And that's what they're struggling with, I think. Yeah, the moon, they're very, They don't know what to do. They're so lost in their, they're so lost in their, just their foggy thought process. And they're lost in fantasizing about you. I just saw, so there's this TV show Moonlighting that was on in the 80s, and kind of a joke about that is, so it was with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. And Sybil Shepherd was this former supermodel, and a joke about that show used to be that Bruce Willis would just be shot like normal, but then every time it was a shot of Sybil Shepherd, it was with this real soft, sparkly lighting. And that's how they think of you, is with a natural aura of soft, sparkly lighting. But that indicates that in their mind, they think of you as a beautiful dream, a fantasy that could never really come true. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. Like, yes, you have them under a spell, and they are smitten. They are a smitten kitten, but they don't see a way to move forward with this into reality. And honestly, I mean, I generally, when that scenario presents itself to me, I feel like, well, this is something they have to grow through. This is something they have to mature through. They have to have the confidence to set some boundaries. They have to, this is their shadow work to complete. But in this person's case, I don't know that they are wrong. I think they might, because also I don't think that this is about giving up on the connection forever. I think it's about putting a pin in it, because I do think that they have some true responsibilities that absolutely ethically require their attention right now. Oh, but they're so drawn to you, pile 3. They want you and love you so much. Yeah, their heart is so full of emotion for you. So if you can hang in, and I don't think it's a question if they can hang in, they're going to be hanging in. But if you can hang in, if this is something that you decide is worth the wait, I think you will have found the most loyal partner you could ever dream of in this person. I think it will be worth the wait, but only you can decide that for yourself ultimately. And I mean, a lot of that rests on how long the wait would need to be as well. So I feel like this is a double-edged sword, that there are beautiful parts to this, but also challenging parts. The challenging parts is I do feel like there are real 3D circumstances preventing this from moving forward right now. But the beautiful part is their heart for you. It's so beautiful. I'm about to get choked up again just feeling their energy toward you, pile 3. It's so lovely. It's so soft and warm. It's soft and warm. It's interesting because they do have so much responsibility on their shoulders, but they want to take care of you as well. They think that's kind of their love language, is taking care of people. And yeah, they want you to never have to worry again. They want to do all the worrying for you. And I just don't think they're in a position to be able to make that promise right now. And the last thing they would ever want to do is break a promise to you. And why am I getting choked up again? This person has so much watery, affectionate, tender, strong energy for you. Oh, it's beautiful. Like I said, if it ends up that you decide that this is worth the wait, I think that this is going to be absolutely beautiful, pile 3. Just beautiful. Alrighty, so that is what I have for you. If it resonated, I would love it if you would like, subscribe, comment. All of those things help the channel to grow, and I appreciate it more than you will ever know. If you'd like to connect with me for a personal reading, get into your specific situation, the instructions for that are in the description. But I would like to end by letting you know that I am proud of you, pile 3. You matter, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye.